Well, it is. It's a very tough conversation to explain to people that there's not enough money sometimes. I mean, it's just, I mean, again, I mean, I talked earlier in the show about one of the things that I put on my wall, that lawyers practice law, and eventually they may get it right. If we keep doing it, eventually we may get it right. The other thing that I put on my wall that's up there is the statement, good people sometimes have bad things happen to them. It's just not fair. It's not a fair world. So there is not always a complete, wonderful, complete answer that makes things right. You can't just always wave the magic wand and imagine that everything is going to be back to the way it was. People go about their lives. They do the right thing. They go to work. They support their community. They have a loving family who they support, and they do, wonderful stuff. And all of a sudden, something horrible comes along, and there's not enough money to address it. You know what? That's a tragedy. And depending upon the circumstances, it's a bigger or a little tragedy. I represent a woman right now in a pro bono situation where a woman fraudulently sold her a car and forged documents and told her that that the car had no liens, that there was lien-free, that there were no encumbrances on the car. And it was a clean title that she was representing, that she was giving her for the car. The woman that I represent paid this other lady about $2,500 to buy this car, thinking that it was lien-free. But 4 months later, the tow truck came and took her car away because there was a lien on it. So now she has no car and she has no $2,500. So we sued the lady that sold her the car fraudulently. We got a judgment, and there's no money. $2,500. I mean, in this day and age, that's not necessarily so unusual. The woman just simply doesn't have the money. I'm going to go looking in her bank accounts. I'm going to go try and garnish her wages, but she doesn't work, so there's no wages to garnish. There's no employer to take the money from before the employer gives it to her. She has no bank account in her name that I've been able to find. I mean, what do you do? And this is a small case, but this is the state of the world sometimes. It's a tough, tough situation. In cases like this, a good attorney will contact all the medical facilities, the medical providers, and ask for discounts. And the discussion is, look, doc, I know you have no obligation to help this woman, but your bill is $8,000, and we appreciate the medical care and the time and the attention that you gave to the client, and the value of your services is certainly worth $8,000, no question. However, there's a difficult situation. There's not enough money. So can we pay you $4,500, and will you call it even? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no, and sometimes they give us another number. So, we do the best we can for all these people.